Hey, what's up, everyone? So today's the 28th of March. We've only got three more trading days left of the month after today. I have my best ever trading month, so I'm really happy about that. And we've just extended our green streak on the month as well. So we've now broken my own personal best. Up until today, the longest green streak and the longest consecutive run of profitable days that I've had was 14 days, 14 trading days. So it's a paramount to the best part of 3 weeks in a row. And we've just managed to hit 15 days. Today, good green day, strong, very good green day today, almost 3 times goal. And if I include both the accounts together. So we're $15,000, just over $15,000 on this account, and just over $2,000 on the small account. And that's taken us beyond that 14 days. Today's day 15 of in terms of since my last red day. So I'm hoping I can keep this green streak going at least till the end of this week. So finish off the month strong, and then we can head into April and readjust and see if we can't keep it going then. Inevitably, it's going to come to an end. I know I'm going to get a red day sooner or later. I just want to make sure that when I do, it's a small one. So we've had a really, really good March so far. As I say, it's the best trading month I've ever had. It's the best performance. So it's only fitting that I start breaking the records. That probably the most profitable week I've had, profitable sector that I've traded in terms of the banking sector. The most I've probably done trading short in a given month. The green streak has been extended, so it's now 15 days. So we're in a good moment. We're in a good moment, and we are way ahead of goal on the year. So coming into April, it means that we don't want to rest on our laurels as such, but it gives us a little bit of a cushion that we can be a bit more choosy and conservative with the trades we take at the beginning of the month to build the cushion on the month as we go through. So that's where we are. So 15K, Tony. How do you say you did 15K today? Yes, I did 15K today, and I traded 5 stocks on the main account. First thing I traded was Alibaba. So let's go straight into it. And I traded Alibaba. Alibaba was the news around Alibaba is that they're planning on selling off portions of the company in separate IPOs to break Alibaba up into 6 separate businesses. And when that news dropped, it just started to take off. And obviously, that's a legitimate way to raise money. It's a bit like the analogy I used. It's like going into the chop shop with your car and breaking it up for parts. So that's what they're actually doing, and they will get more for the parts than they do for the whole. So that's the same thing as if you go into the chop shop with your car. And that's what Alibaba are proposing to do. So anyway, we traded this first off pre-market. It was kind of very, very choppy, but when we started to get in here, and as it started to move up, we managed to get some there, then give it back, get a bit more, give it back. We're trading kind of 500, 1,000 shares at a time. It's an expensive stock. There's no leverage, so it was difficult to trade. I went. It was top of here that I went in big, and then we ended up coming into the open. We were about 500 down in the red on this, and then as this started to break highs here, it kind of a gap and go scenario. It beat the pre-market high, went all the way up. I entered as it broke the pre-market high, and then it flushed back down, and we got out as it broke the VWAP there. We ended up about $2,500 down. However, we did trade it later. We traded it after lunch, and as you can see, it not only did do a bit of a dip and rip, if you will. You've got the kind of double bottom scenario there as it moves up. As it pulled back here just after lunch, and I was able to get in here and start trading this. Not only did I make back the $2,500 that we lost initially on Alibaba, I made another $472 besides. So we finished green on Alibaba. So that was a result. The way the statistics are calculated, it's from the time that I entered my first trade on the day, intraday trade, when I exited the last trade, There are multiple entries, but it's considered one trade across the whole day. So the whole time that I was doing that, that will come down in terms of the statistics as well. So it's a profitable trade across the course of the day. Then we traded Oscar Health. So this moved up, and the first place we traded this, as this moved up, we got a pullback, and then we got a new high. So we got in here as it started to break new highs, and we ended up taking a hit as it pulled back. Then we traded again a little bit later. So as it made its move up here a little bit later, we got in here for the move up, pull back, new highs. We got in again here, and it didn't quite work out. So we took a bit of a hit there. Then we drew a kind of a resistance line, a descending resistance. There's a bit of a wedge there. You can see the kind of ascending support. We drew this wedge, and as it broke out here, we were able to actually broke above it and then came back to test it. I'll actually draw the line here so that you can actually see what I'm talking about. So we had this descending resistance, and we had ascending support. So this descending resistance here, as it broke above it, and then came back and tested its support. So I bought the support, and then I was able to ride this all the way up and get the money back on that we'd lost, and 1,200 besides. So that was nice, and this has all been talked about in the in Discord as well. So that was nice, nice, good strong move. We got about 70 cents on that one. So it a good $2,500 swing in my favor. Then we traded Viking Therapeutics. So Viking Therapeutics, this one went in our favor. So we got in here. This pullback, we got in here as it started to make new highs, and we were able to ride that up, take some profits here as it pulled back, and then add to the position and ride that up again. And I took some profits up at the top, got stopped out for the remainder here. So that was Viking Therapeutics, $1,800. We traded this earlier on the small account, and this kind of got out. It was once it got above $14. It did actually continue to move up actually on the day. Went up as high as kind of 14.75 in the morning, and then in the afternoon it went and broke kind of $15. So it was 15.35 up here. So very volatile stock across the course of the day. So that was Viking Therapeutics, and we made $1,800 on that. But that wasn't the one that we made the most of our money on. And, what we made the most of our money on was how you would pronounce it, but it's BMEA or BMEA, whatever. I'll call it BMEA Fusion. So this is where we made quite a substantial amount of our money. We've got this kind of double bottom, almost, if you will. It's a bit of a wonky double bottom, but it's a W shape, if you like. And as this started to make its move up, we got this huge move up, and we got part of this. There's a little bit of a pullback here, micro pullback, and as it broke new highs here, we entered and were able to ride that up. It did pull back a little bit. We added up again at the top, and we were able to take profits up here, and we got stopped out on this position here. So we ended up, we were 7,000 up on this particular move. We traded this later in the day as well. Let's just kind of zoom out a little bit so you can see what actually happened. Traded this later in the day, and as this it just kept making highs up at kind of $29, $30, and it kept moving up. So we got some of that, and then we got some of this as it moved up towards $29. Then it broke $29. We found it kind of this flat top here. It's flat top at $29. As it broke $29, we were back in and rolled that up to $30. So another whole dollar move there. So a really good trading on BMEA or BMEA, what do you want to call them? BMEA Fusion. And this was moving up another good catalyst. It had clinical trials with a treatment for diabetes. So, of course, being a fat guy on the internet, that's got to go in my favor. So then we traded the Oscar again. I've already talked about Oscar. We actually traded this to the short side as well. I don't think I touched on where I traded to the short side. Is it a little bit earlier in the day? So this moved up, as you can see, and then when it started to kind of struggle up at like 660, went up there, and then it started to get to 660. This is where I traded to the short side. I accidentally went short earlier in the day and lost kind of 5 cents on the share, so $250 down. And then as this broke new lows here, you kind of rejected it for 660, looking at 650, and I thought, okay, if it starts to break new lows, so I shorted it there. It did come pop back up, but then it just started to sell off, and it came all the way down to kind of 620s. So it was nice to short that actually, and it was easy to borrow as well. So there was no fees or charges for the locates. It was easy to borrow and able to short that, and I made a swing of $750, so $500 in my favor before I got stopped out. Basically, I got the 200 as soon as I got the $250 that I was down. I halved my position and put a stop in place and was able to ride that down and made it 500. That was Oscar. And I think that's pretty much everything that we've traded today, and not necessarily in the order that it was traded. Oh, I do tell a lie. GameStop. So GameStop decided to make a move, and the reason GameStop made a move was that AMC. There was rumors that AMC was going to be acquired by Amazon. So this was like in the afternoon. GameStop decided to move in sympathy with AMC. And there you go. There you have it. So this made a big move. And as this went green on the day, but went perhaps the whole dollar of 23. That's when I got in. Took some profits up at the top, and then as it pulled back, I got stopped out as it made broke new. Well, that was quick, $175. But in the grand scheme of things, it's just a nice trading day today, mostly because of BMEA. I don't know how you pronounce it. Somebody let me know in the comments. But it was BMEA that had the good day today. Just zoom out on this, you can see how well it just went up on a higher time frame. So you can see from pre-market all the way up, pull back, up, and then it just steady gains across the course of the day. And I was able to make good profits on that for pretty much the whole course of today. So when the stock's upwards, when it's trending, it's above the VWAP, then that's when you can make profits to the long side. When it's below the VWAP, obviously you might look for a short, but it was, for me, a relatively easy trader today, particularly the first move. So yeah, let's I'll tack that on the back of this video. So in the meantime, just smash the thumbs up button for me. Really appreciate that if you do, and it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And let's have a look at how the statistics, how does that look like for my best ever month? I mentioned at the start of the recap, this is my best ever trading month. So what does that mean? Well, let's take a look, shall we? $264,000 in a single month. Wow, that's all I'm saying on that matter. Just so that you know that it is just a single month. As you can see, I've only got the one month highlighted. It's from the 1st of the 3rd. If I look at where we are for the year, and take a quick look what this month is actually doing for the year, and you can see quite clearly I'm almost $500,000. So 496 and change for the year to date. We're not even at the end of May, so we've not completed 3 full calendar months yet. So I'm in a really good moment. Put this into context. If we look at the months to date, had a really good January. What became at the time my best ever trading month by about $7,000, six to $7,000. So I had 3 good months in and over kind of 167, 168,000 in June, July, and August last year. Consecutive months beating the one before, and then we did 264 so far in March. Thank you, banking volatility. I was watching somebody saying on the TV. I think it was on Bloomberg or whatever it was when I was streaming live earlier. They were saying that we needed to prevent this kind of volatility in the banking sector. No, we need it every month because that volatility I've been able to take profits from, and absolutely would not have been able to make this kind of money, but without that banking volatility. Shorting it when it was absolutely vomiting in terms of value, and then going long as it started to regain. So not just one bank, but many of them. So let's go back to March, or the month of March, and where we're actually at. So 264k. We've got 3 days left. I'm looking for another 18k on top of that. Ideally, I'd like to get another 36k on top of that. So if I can do 12k a day, I mean, I've done 15k today, 12k a day will take me to 300k. Wow. Imagine 300k a month. I mean, I'm already more than twice goal on a month. I didn't think I'd actually be saying that. Twice goal on a single month. Twice goal on a day, yeah. Maybe twice goal in a given week, but twice goal on a month. So I've basically done 2 months of trading in terms of gross profits in this single month. Oh, I'm smacking it. Just call me the Babe Ruth of trading at the moment because I'm smacking it out of the park with every swing. It really is. Let's just look at the calendar again. So I mean, I sound like I'm gloating. Well, I am gloating. If I don't brag, then who will? Because let's just look at the way that the March has stacked up. We've had one red day so far. We had a 5-figure day on the first day of the month, followed by a 20k day, a 3,000 day, then a 3,000 day. So it's a half goal, still green. Then we had the red day. Oh, boo-hoo. Over goal, twice goal, 4 times goal, nearly 6 times goal on the 10th. Oh my word, 7 times goal. Oh, just phenomenal. 7 times goal on the 13th. So that the 10th was when Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. So the shorting banks on that day was great, but more so on the 13th. Now, if you recall, the 13th, I was taking big swings, big volatility. I think I went $50,000 down on this account, and plus the 20,000 down on the small account. So to come back and finish with $42,000 in total, so $70,000 in the red, to have end up $42,000 in positive, that's a swing of over $100,000 in a single day. That was on the 13th. That was the volatility that day. I mean, wow, there was some big moves that day, and the volatility was huge. If you mistimed it, it just meant that you ended up getting liquidated. It was, dare say, quite a number of accounts got blown up on that day, but I dare say, quite a number of people like myself made a lot of money that day. So then we 16,000, almost twice goal, almost 3 times goal on the Tuesday. Then over goal, more than 4 times goal. Small day, 5-figure day, 5-figure day. Wow, 22k. No trade day on Thursday. It just went tranquil. Quiet day on Friday, 800 bucks. Yesterday, Monday, another quiet day. Good day today. So, what did I say? Almost 3 times goal. So the amount of times we've had in and around the $20,000 days. This just isn't normal. Even in the the bull market of 2021, I wasn't having this level of consistency. I was having some big days. I think I've still my biggest ever day is still $102,000 in a single day, but that was from October 2021. But that particular month, I think I had more red days than I had green days, if I'm being honest about that October. But look, it's just an amazing month, and I thought this in January. So this is the problem. I had my best ever trading month in January. I thought the volatility is back, great, and I came back in February and I had an absolute nightmare. It's still a profitable month, but it was a dog of a month. It was just so difficult to trade. So I don't want to be doing that again. And overall, if I'm looking at this month, I mean, look at that. My risk reward is like 4x based on what I'm getting. A profit factor times four. 4 out of 5 trades are going in my favor. It's like I've got the Midas touch at the moment. Can do no wrong. And if I look at the equity curve just for March, I mean, you don't see equity curves like that. Normally, a lot more, peaks and troughs. It's just phenomenal. The overview looking at here, if you're looking at the last 30 trading days, you see I had some big red days coming into this month, but this month has just been phenomenal. So this was the 6th. That's the only time we've had a red day in March. Some big days, 42, 34, 25, 25, 22, and then today, a couple of small days, small day there, but a couple of small days, but it's just a great month's trading. Uh, I'm absolutely stoked with the way things are going. So long may that continue. Hopefully, we'll see more volatility for the rest of this week. What's good about this week is that yesterday was a quiet day, but today we got some volatility, and it wasn't in the banking sector. Yes, there was still some volatility in the banks. There was still some movement in the banks. Charles Schwab, in particular, had some huge moves to the south side. And was shortable, so easy to borrow. So that was something that I didn't touch. The majority of the stocks that I took today, with the exception of Alibaba and GameStop, Alibaba is a higher cap stock. It's much more expensive, and as such, and there's no leverage on it either. So it's difficult for small account traders to trade. I get that. But I go where the opportunity takes me, and having a larger account allows me to trade some of these larger stocks. So it's just the privilege that you do when you start having a bit of success with your day trading. You're able to hold a little bit more in cash in your account. So the volatility, the large part of volatility, I think we at one point the top 4 gappers, the top 4 movers were all bioscience companies that had good catalysts that were moving up in excess of 35, 40, 50%. So, and at good levels as well. So, volatility coming back into the market. Hopefully, it will continue. We'll get some more volatility tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, and let's see if we can make some more money tomorrow. Like I say, if we can get 12k for the remaining 3 days of this week, the remaining 3 days of this month, that will push us on not just for the best month ever, but a 300k month. I mean, that's the kind of levels that I only dreamt of when I started getting into day trading. So it can happen. It just takes a lot of persistence, hard work, and dedication to get there. My results aren't typical. Most people do lose money when they're trading, but if you're persistent and you trade disciplined trading to a defined, well documented, profitable strategy, then you can do it too. So I'll be doing it again tomorrow. Come back and join me then. An hour before the market opens, I'll be trading live and I'll be streaming live for the last hour of the pre-market session and the first 90 minutes of the regular session. I've got 3 tutorials tomorrow afternoon, so I won't be doing I'm going to be starting to do a full day stream with a couple of intermittent breaks. So I'll probably start that on Thursday. for tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. So if it goes well on Thursday, I'll do it on Friday. If not, I'll try it again next week, and maybe 2 days next week. But tomorrow I've got a couple of reviews. I think 3 reviews in a row with students of the day trade with Tony students. So I won't be able to do it tomorrow. In the meantime, give us a thumbs up button, or smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you can. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I do go live. And I'll see you in the morning before the bell rings. Meantime, take it easy. Spreads on this quite big. Spreads about between 30-40 cents at times. So straight away, I've got over 2,000 shares, and we're looking at 30-cent spreads. You can't jump in with big size if the spreads are this big. I mean, we're talking at $1.10 on the ATR, but the spreads are anywhere between 10 and 30 cents. Oh, I thought I might get green on that then. Cover my Alibaba loss from earlier. Over 24 here. Nice. That didn't help. I have day 24.85. I get 25. I'll lock some of that in. Now this is nice. We like this. I got filled. So $5 grand up. Filled at 12. But these spreads, I don't really this range and these spreads, I don't really want to go in really big size. This is the first 5-minute red candle. I think crypto definitely needs more regulation. I know one of the attractive things is that it can't be controlled, it can't be regulated and manipulated, but it can be regulated and it can be manipulated by nefarious sources instead. So, right, can we get a breakout for 25 here? Is this going to be our breakout? 73 on the ask. No. Oh, come on, take the bid with you, for crying out loud. There we go. That's $7 grand on that one. Nice. Patience is a virtue.